Welcome back to Duro3 YouTube channel. I have finally got around to doing the rotator for the DC-7011 controller I did in the last video. I've been doing a lot of customer stuff. So here we are, we've finally got around to doing this. So basically it is a Daiwa 7600, and basically I'm going to be showing you the upgrades I have done to this. So basically the motor itself, I did strip it down, clean it up, and I installed new bearings in it. So basically that is all ready to go. It was in pretty good condition, but the bearings were just a little bit rough. The bottom housing was glass bead blasted inside and out. Sorry. And I have recoated the inside with a clear to reseal it. This one has had the bottom done. I didn't do it. It was someone along the line. Someone has filled everything in, and so it's totally flat bottom now. I'm going, okay, so it all looked okay, and I cleaned it up, and it was a bit rough, but I wasn't going to try and dig it all out, so it's a flat surface. And the only thing I did was put in recoil inserts into, as you can see there, the bottoms were, on a few of these were broken out. One's broken out. That one was only cracked slightly. So I put recoil inserts into those, and I drilled those out and put recoil inserts. You put them in one, you might as well put them in all. So that's stainless steel inserts. The track is in pretty good condition. It's got a little bit of impact there, but not a lot. So yeah, so that's the bottom. And the top, again, this was done, I've got sniffles this morning. This was also glass bead blasted and done as well. So basically, and again, I had one bolt that was stripped out, a bolt hole that was stripped out, so I installed a recoil insert in. You probably can't see it, but you can probably see, maybe just in the bottom, you might be able to see the armoured thing coming across there. So that's all been done. And yeah, so that was, other than that, that was in pretty good condition. The bearing ring, glass bead blast. I didn't do the inside of this one, it wasn't necessary, so that's just as it was. So there we go. I'll put that back over here again and down the road. Now, one of the major upgrades I'm doing to this is, here's the chassis, is I'm changing the gears, well, the final gear, over to one of my solid gears, but this one has the 8mm shaft. When I do that, I have to then make up 8mm shafts. So that's one that comes with them. This is what I'm putting in. So basically, it's a 7mm shaft. Whoops, that's a 7mm shaft. This one's already been installed, and basically, I make these new shafts up. I drill these base pieces out to a new size. I then basically make up the shaft, and here's one that I've made, and you can see these grooves in here, which I'll put in with a cold chisel, and basically that gives us just so I can press it in and it stays in place. So basically it gets pressed in, literally, in my vise. So basically it is fixed, doesn't move. But to start off with, I actually use a little tool I've got here that goes in and splays this out. It's like a cone shape with five little striations on it. I think it was a damaged hole countersinker or deburr or something, and it was damaged, and I just use it for this now. So basically there's a cone shape that goes in and it splays the back of this out, puts five little creases in it, and pushes it in and makes sure it does not move. So basically it becomes one with the bottom section. So basically I've already put this one in, pressed this one in. I will be doing this one here next, but I'll show you the rest of the stuff before I do that. So we'll put him back over here. I'll drop that, put it on the side for now. Bearing ring is in not bad condition. So it's got some slight impact damage there, but it's in pretty good nick. There goes the phone. I'll let it go. Potentiometer is going to get refurbished. Haven't done it yet. I am also putting in a cover plate, and I'm also putting a 7-pin plug in from an LTW. So I've been installing that and this, and so basically that's one of the things I'll be doing. I'm putting in. Oh, I should actually go through. I should actually say this as well about the gears. All the gears have been drilled out to accept the 7mm shaft. So basically, all of the gears have had that done to them. I put them on my lathe and I drill them out. They're a little bit hard to do these because this has had a slight hardening process, heat treatment done to them, so a little bit hard on the outside. Once you get past that part of it, you can actually drill them out and get them done. But when you do that, you've also got to do the actual spacers as well. So that has to be done. And I'm doing this to increase the shaft size. I'm increasing the shaft size to stop them from getting bent. With a rotator that's actually technically a 1.5 wind area, these can get bent. The 7s can get bent. So going up to an 8 just makes it a bit more stronger, and yeah, we don't have bent shafts. So basically all the other stuff is in pretty good condition. I mean, this has got a little bit of rust on it. I'll probably be replacing this one, and its drive gear is in good condition. And I've got a whole horde of bits and pieces here. All the brake assembly and all this stuff is there. That's all in pretty good nick. So I'm a bit of a mess here at the present moment. So I'm putting in brand new limit switches onto the old plate. So on this one, like a lot of them I've been doing, I drill a little hole beside the shaft here to then clean this up, because don't forget, I actually clean everything up. I soak this whole thing in Prepsol to clean all the grease off. So basically that means the inside of this is now got no lubrication. So basically I just put a little bit of grease, oil down in here, and I can clean it all up, and basically that means it's now lubricated again. So yeah, that's done. Back over there, the limit switches. These are an aftermarket limit switch that I get a hold of, so the long arm versions. I've also redone the motor. Well, they never had the motorcycle capacitor was in this, and they sit the wrong side for what I like to do, as I probably mentioned before in a previous video. Normally the way they mounted them, it was that way around, the bracket. But I changed. I don't like that bracket because you're putting the wiring over top of the edge of the bracket. So I do it this way around. So I use it under that bolt, and I make my own little bracket up, which clamps on to the original little capacitor clamp. So basically it means all the wiring can come around the side without being a major issue. So that's the way I do it, and I just like doing it that way. So I am going to move forward and get things pressed in, which is the first thing to do, and I'll be back little short videos showing section by section what I have done. Okay, we'll catch you in part 2. Okay, radio, we're back. Okay, I've just pressed the gear in, and what I normally do is put the top plate on, and basically I just use it to locate, put the normal locating bolts in for the top chassis for the 3 supports. I then press it in. So basically this is, I'll just undo the screws, the bolts, the hex bolts, and we shall see how we went. Undo that. Okay, now we'll just slide apart, and there we have it. There's our shafts in there. They ain't going nowhere. They're not going to spin. They're not going to stuff around. This is how they should be done in the first place, a spinning shaft, because these these gears are all spinning at different rates, so it's really just a no-brainer. I mean, even in late model ones, the shafts don't move in the late model rotators, which are infused into the aluminium casings. So a spinning shaft is only going to wear things out, and basically, and especially everything was moving so much when you're assembling these things. You're trying to assemble something and the whole thing's flopping around, and then you've got to try and put the top plate on. You're trying to get all the shafts in. So now I can just line up the locators, put it in, and it goes together. Done, finished. No dilly-dallying around. It's all looks pretty good. So I'm going to move on to the next section, which will be basically starting assembling this. So I'll start off with getting the motor and everything, put all the brake assembly in, and I'll attach the motor to this, and we'll move forward. Okay, that mate. Okay, we'll catch you in part 3. Okay, I almost forgot to mention, I have replaced the little short M3 screw that these brake butterflies have in them to hold them onto the motor shaft. I've replaced it with an M4x4mm grub screw. In other words, I drill out that and tap it to M4, and now we have better purchase onto everything. We have a grub screw we actually can, with a decent depth of hole and a bigger Allen key, so we actually can do these up so they do not come, well, we reduce the chance of them coming loose, and we can use a lot more Loctite because we've got more surface area. Okay, we'll catch you. Okay, another quick update. Well, I have now just got all the brake assembly in, the BK brake, the BK pinion and the BK spring. I've just finished running it up. It's all been greased, of course. I've run it up to make sure everything's okay, and basically now we can move forward. I'll be back. Okay, another quick update. I now have the top plate on, and that gear, whoops, oh, bloody cables in the road. There's our first gear. The first gear on this one is a fibre gear. There we go. There we go. We can now move forward. Back soon. Okay. Rightio, limit switches are on, and I've basically done a preset on these. They're about right. So, and also I have put the gears in and greased them. I've added a little bit of grease extra here just to make sure this top fast moving gear is still got plenty of grease on it. So we are going to, if I can get this wiring through here, I'm getting grease all over it, we're going to drop, when I get the thing in the right direction, and make sure the gear is engaged. Okay, and we shall put the bolts in, and then we'll go and do them up, and then we'll be doing the wiring and everything, and I'll be back, I suppose. Okay. Oh yeah, I've got to put the motor start capacitor on the bottom, and also got to put the potentiometer and the gear in here as well. So we shall get onto that and we'll be back. Okay, another update coming. Now I have now got the wiring done. The socket is on, all wired up. I've done my little mod to it where I cut it down. You can see from the back here it's been cut down so it can fit into the back of here. I've actually got the cover plate on, and it's screwed and siliconed off. It doesn't need to be moved again because this comes from the inside out and the nut goes on from the outside, so we don't need to ever unwire it over again. Just physically pop it in the hole and away it goes. What else have I done? Yeah, done that. All the wiring's done. I've cable tied the actual wire off to the motor start capacitor. I've put in 2 cable ties here just to stop the cable from moving up and down. There we go. Alright, well, I suppose what we can do, move this back a little bit. We might as well just drop it in. You can see what I'm doing. Good. Let's pop this in the hole. When I get it lined up, of course, it'd be a good idea. There we go. And while we've got the fingers in there, we shall just put that on. And then we shall put that like that. We'll grab our 5 screws. I didn't grab any Phillips, but we'll just sit them in for now. Show that they've gone in. And then we can move forward. Right, that's in there, just. I'll do these up. And we're getting close. Righty-o, we'll be back. Another update. Okay, we now have the top set of bearings in and the bearing ring. Move it back out a bit further. I've already pre-greased the bottom track, so I haven't got when I tip it up, I don't lose the bearing ring. I've already done a setup just to make sure it's all good. I've got my markings on here, south. I've got the rotation mark. I've got to mark this here to the north point yet. So there we go. We're moving forward. We shall be back. Okay, we now have the lower bearings in, and I've also put anti-seize into each of the holes here. So there we go. And I have also pre-greased this with the bearing ring with aluminium disulfite grease, so we can actually just drop him on. And I've got, these are refurbished screws. These are, they call them set screws, being all threaded. Hex set screws. So I'll put those in there, and then I shall get them all torqued up or rattled up, whatever, and we'll be now I can clean all the excess grease and stuff off the outside, and this rotator is basically done, and then I can actually physically show you it working. So I won't turn it over yet. I'm going to do those up and I shall be back. Okay, we're all done. As you can see, all done, labelled, and I've brought out the mask brackets for this. So these are the ones that normally come with them. They bolt from one side, so we have holes this side, and they thread into the opposite side. So basically it's like that. Put that way around, whichever. And the bolt will go from this way. Now they normally would be a bit of a problem because stainless steel into aluminium would have a lot of electrolysis. So I have installed recoil inserts into each of the holes. So now we have like stainless steel on the stainless steel, and it will probably reduce the chance of seizing up and whatnot. So that's what I've done there. So yeah, as you saw in the previous video, this is the controller for the for this rotator. It's been upgraded. You have to watch the video to physically see what's going on. I've got my little pigtail on the back here to show this all working. So let's do that. Let's get some power onto this thing and show it all working. Hopefully before my battery dies, because it's getting a bit low. But we'll endeavour to So plug in. Wires going everywhere. There you go. Okay. Okay, what I'll do is we'll turn him. Oh, I turn the power on? No, I haven't turned the power on. I'll turn the power on. Okay, so yeah, you can see this. So when I turn them on, this is LED illumination, as I would have shown you before. So let's take it for a drive. So we'll go around to the left. And so stop and start. There we go, we're west. So there we go, we're getting there. We're in the south. This rotor has a little bit of overlap, about 5 to 10 degrees, thereabouts. 5 degrees, yeah, about 5 thereabouts. So back the other way. The motor in these ones, since it's got less, the motor in this is a high torque, low speed, so there's one less gear in the drivetrain, so they're not as noisy as the, and they've got a different braking system than the DR-7500 or the KR-400, because they got a higher speed AC motor in them. This is a higher torque, low speed. So much difference, a lot of difference. One gear removed to get this one here to do the same rotation as the KR-400. So as you can see, we're going to have about a minute rotation time there, about 60 something I think it is. So coming through east. So we're motoring along. And they're fairly quiet too. It's not KR-400 and stuff are fairly noisy too as well, because all that extra at speed and whatnot. So there we go, we're around there. Back we go, and that is 1.5 rotations of this DR-7600 with the DC7011 controller. So we're getting back up to north, and go and look at the other video for the controller to show you what I did with it. And all good. There we are. Back to north, all good. We shall catch you in the next project. Oh, I almost literally forgot, all the hardware is here for the mask lamps and the lower. Everything's in there waiting for that. So basically we're done. This one's going to be up for sale, so we shall catch you later.